About 2 years ago, I created this book for one of my granddaughters, and it took me forever to get it right. I spent hours trying to create the consistent character for the AI to generate a character that didn't look like her in the very next image. The eyes no longer brown, the hair no longer curly. It was so frustrating. And it's still today the biggest headache in AI image generation, making it very difficult to create consistent stories. Hi, I'm Chantal, and welcome to AI for 50 plus. Born before Wi-Fi, owning AI. Today, I'll show you a real easy way of maintaining character consistency. For years, the holy grail in AI image generation has been character consistency. We've all been there. You generate a fantastic looking character, you get all excited, and the second you put them into a different scene, poof, they're gone. It's a totally different person. But there's a way to lock in your character so that the AI is forced to remember them almost every single time. I found that by giving Gemini, in this case, a ridiculously detailed blueprint, I call it the anchor prompt, it forces it to create characters that remain pretty much the same in very different scenes. Let me show you. I had to build the character from scratch for another video, and you'll see the link in the description. And I called him Chandler. He's a handsome, rugged hardware store employee, ChatGPT's alter ego. Now, look at this image. This is Chandler. And we're going to use the anchor prompt to make sure that this is the Chandler we get every single time. But before I show you the other images, let me show you the prompt itself. Here is the anchor prompt, and really it's not that it's very complicated, it's just that it's extremely specific into certain parts of it. And there's really 7 parts, and we'll go through them. You don't need to take a lot of notes because that prompt has been pasted in the description below. So here's the full prompt, and now let's go to the 7 parts. The first part is where we set the stage. A high quality 3D stylized character render. This tells the AI what style and finish we want. Next, and this is surprisingly important, we give him a name of Chandler. Giving your character a name seems to help the AI create a variable in its memory, at least for your current chat session. So I would recommend putting that. Then comes number 3, the core description. A handsome and rugged male hardware store employee in his late 40s. This gives the AI a personality, context, and an age range to play with. They're only the broad strokes. Now for probably one of the most critical part, number 4, the non-negotiables. He has salt and pepper hair, a short beard, a strong jawline, and warm brown eyes. You have to be very specific here. Don't just say beard, say short beard, or not just dark hair, but be very specific. The more precise you are, the less room the AI has to improvise and mess things up. The wardrobe, number 5, is next. He wears a red and black plaid flannel shirt and a brown canvas vest. Again, specificity is your best friend. Not a shirt, but a red and black plaid flannel shirt. And finally, with a Chandler name tag pinned to the right side of the vest, viewer's left. This level of detail is important. We're telling it not just what the tag says, but exactly where it needs to go. And we finish with the technical specs, 16:9 aspect ratio, cinematic lighting, Pixar-style, vibrant colors. So we finalize the style, really. That's the anchor prompt. And of course, I've generated all the images that I will be showing you. But just to explain the process a bit, for each of these images, you have the anchor prompt, and then you follow that with a description of the scene and of the action. So for example, let me show you a couple of them. Here we go. An image that you will see soon. You have the anchor, and then he is gesturing enthusiastically with his hand open wide. Floating around him are colorful, stylized 3D icons. So I will show you this. And then the next one, research, is the anchor again, but then I'm describing what he's doing. So that's really, really important. You have to be specific also about the scene and the action, but you'll notice that I'm not touching the character. I'm not talking about Chandler in terms of his appearance or anything, because that's all in the anchor, and you don't want to confuse the AI. Once you have your anchor prompt and the rest of the prompts, it's fairly simple. What you would do is you go to Gemini, you start a new chat, you paste your prompt here, and you go in, you click on the tools here, create images, and it's as simple as that. Now, let me show you what it generated for me with all the different prompts. I'll go on the side here. So here's Chandler. You remember Chandler. So that's the original character. And then in the second part is the prompt that I've showed you with different icons around. So it's still the same Chandler. Same thing with the research part, water pumps. And going forward, you can see that he's always staying really, really consistent. And even in different settings now. So that was for the video. But if we go into different settings, let me show you. So I asked here at a wedding, toasting with guests, and look at that, same Chandler. Of course, not in the same clothes, but that's perfect. Then, I don't know if it's this way. Yes, so Chandler running to his car. Looks like the same Chandler. I didn't specify to look at us. It would have been a bit more obvious, but, you know, it's still him. And Chandler in the morning with his coffee. Let me see. Where is it? Right here. So again, I think it's pretty much the same. And finally, let's have Chandler and Chandler at a bar. So Chandler from the wedding and Chandler from the hardware store having a beer and a scotch here. So there it is, 5 completely different scenes, different outfits, moods, but one consistent character. The face, the core features, they're locked in. Now, I'm calling this a game changer compared to 2 years ago, and it gets you about 90 to 95% of the way there. But is it absolutely flawlessly perfect every time? Not quite. So there are the most common problem is specific elements like the name tag. So you might have noticed, but let me bring you back here. So notice that it's here on our right. And then if you continue, still good in the second one, but then from the third one on, it moved to the left. And so it's not perfect, but it's really easy to correct. You don't need to regenerate, and I tried to, but it wouldn't actually move the name tag. What you do, and I use DaVinci Resolve, but you can also use free editing software, and you find the transform controls and you flip the image horizontally. It takes 2 seconds and then the name tag is at the right place. Now, of course, you have to change the writing because it's like reversed, but if the migrating name tag is a problem for you, there's a way to correct it. So this means you can finally create your own AI-powered children's books with characters that your grandchildren will actually recognize from one page to the next. Does that mean that's the end of character inconsistency? Well, I have to say I'm pretty impressed with Gemini so far, and I think the anchor method gives you a bit more control. As I mentioned, the anchor prompt is in the description. Go and create your own characters. You can adapt the prompt and show me in the comments what you've created. I'd love to see it. Now, if you found this interesting and you'd like to see other AI tutorials like this one, check out these videos, and thanks for watching.